Hey y'all, it is me, Sonja, back again with another video. And this week, or this series of videos, is gonna be a little bit different. I am planning to publish another devotional sometime soon. I don't know yet, but you will find out. And this time, this devotional, and yes, I said another. I actually already have a devotional called Planted, so definitely check that out. The links will be below. You can also see the Planted series that I did in the card above, I guess. But yes, I'm planning to do another devotional, and I thought that this series of videos could be just some excerpts or some thoughts on what I am writing about. The idea behind this devotional is focus. That when we focus on the right things, we're going to see the product and the thing that we're looking for. And it's just going to be a few words of kind of refocusing for 60 days. So that's the plan. That's the plan. We're going to see. Anyway, so I'm going to use this month to talk a little bit about some of the verses and some of the things that I'm going to be talking about in this devotional. And perhaps you can help me shape it, okay? But before we get into all of that, let me introduce myself. Hey y'all, my name is Sonja of SonjaWCoaching, where we help awesome, overwhelmed, multi-passionate women learn how to make their dreams meet reality. And we do that by truly helping you learn to live your life intentionally through living by principle, executing by process, and winning by practice, okay? So let's get into it. So, like I mentioned, I'm going to be doing another devotional. I got my notes here, and I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about it this month, and maybe encourage you in your focus and everything like that. And this week, I'm actually going to be talking about kind of like the title verse of this devotional, and it's actually one of my favorite verses, and kind of the verse that I built this coaching business off of. And it's Psalm 90:12, and it says, "So teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom," or get a heart of wisdom. And this verse is really close to me because it is the verse or the focus of my business. My goal is to help women live their lives intentionally, because I truly believe that each one of us has a specific purpose on this earth. But sometimes we allow all the craziness of life to get us all twisted up and forgetful and just stressed about everything. And we don't actually get the chance to do what we've been called to do, or do what's been on our hearts to do in life. So my goal is to help you align your life with your values and learn how to live your life intentionally through goals, through having routines, and having a process in which you're always evaluating your values and your goals. And it's based on this verse, Psalm 90:12, because I was reading this chapter in the Bible a while back, and it really resonated with me, because that's always like the call of my heart and the call that I have for everyone, that we would remember that God can teach us to number our days rightly, to actually pay attention to the days that we have on this earth. A little bit earlier in that chapter, whoever the writer is, I forgot who wrote this. This could have been David, could have been somebody else. I don't remember right now. But earlier in that chapter, it says that God gives us 70, maybe 80 years if we're lucky. Okay, the Bible doesn't say lucky, because, we don't believe in luck. But it says 70 or 80 years if we have good fortune or something like that. And then later it comes down and says, "So Lord, teach us to number our days rightly, so that we can gain a heart of wisdom." And it just made me think, like, our life is fleeting. We only have about 70, 80, 90, maybe 100 years on this earth. And there's a reason why we're here, and we have to go about doing that reason, right? And this is just that verse to remind us, Lord, teach us to number, our days rightly, to number the time and the place that we have, because we don't got that much time here. So I always am thinking, well, what is our focus? What are we really thinking about in our lives? Are we cultivating a life that's going to allow us to live by our values and to execute our dreams? Or are we caught up by every single whim, every single crazy thing that happens, right? Are we organizing our life around our values so that we're not shaken immediately when something crazy happens? Or are we focused on what others say about us? Or are we focused on being the perfect person according to those people, whoever those people are? The most important thing to do in life is to get clear about our values, get clear about our life principles, and then live our life according to that. This one is always something that I think about because we can get distracted so easily and so quickly. So I always like to ask people a couple of questions. I like to ask people, one, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to go? And I encourage people to really get serious about that question and think about it. Think about it deeply and write whatever comes. I sometimes, well, not sometimes, but all the time, I love to help people organize that question around 6 main areas in your life. Because these 6 main areas, everybody has them. And they are relationship with God, relationship with your body, your health, relationship with your mind, your intellect, relationship with family, friends, and finances. We all got all 6 of those. Some of it we may like, some of it we may not like. But they are around here somewhere. And it's so important that we are clear about what we want to see in those areas. And then the second question is, where am I right now? Where am I right now when it comes to my relationship with my health, or my relationship with my family or friends or finances? Where am I right now? Now, I've done some videos on that already, but I feel like those are the 2 core questions that we should be asking ourselves all the time. And that's where it all starts. Because when we're clear about those things, then we can figure out the skills to close that gap. You know, like that's what I'm here for, to help people close that gap. And that's what all types of different coaches and people like that are here for, to help you close the gap. But if you don't know where you're going or where you are, nobody can figure out how, or you can't figure out how to get to the destination if you're not clear about it, right? So this verse is really, really impactful for me, because I'm always asking the Lord to help me to number my days. And that is what I love to help people do in their lives. So I encourage you, ask yourself those 2 questions. Ask yourself, where am I and where do I want to go? And then ask the Lord to gain that heart of wisdom, to actually number your days, realizing that you don't have forever here. And we were meant to make an impact. I think that's another thing that people don't realize, is that no matter how long you're on this earth, you were meant for impact. You were meant to transform somebody else's life around you. No matter what has happened in your life, no matter where you've been, what you've done, you were meant for impact. And when you get serious about that, when you begin to live your life intentionally, when you begin to actually number those days rightly, so that you can gain that heart of wisdom, then man, it's going to transform your life. Okay? So I'm super excited about this project. I was hoping that it would be out by the end of the year, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We're going to see. But But listen, walk with me on this journey. Let's talk about how we can focus a little bit more in our lives together. All right. Meet me here next week when we talk about another verse that's going to be coming out of this project. Okay. So I hope that this was good for you. I hope that this was something that stirred your heart, made you think about where you're going next, and let's walk on this intentional life journey together. I hope you have an awesome day wherever you are.